Gauff in the headlines last week, and for very good reason, as she and 11 other women were named as the 12 Women of the Year by Time.
Coco Gauff was included in Time magazine's recent Women of the Year list. Out of the 12 exceptional women acknowledged for making the world a more equal place, she is the only athlete. At the age of barely 19, Gauff received dishonor. But this is what everyone was discussing. The response from Aryna Sabalenka was completely insane. Since the announcement, many have been expressing their jealousy on social media. Do you believe Sabalenka was duped, or did Coco Gauff deserve this accolade over other tennis players? Tell me in the comments.
Being here tonight and standing in front of all of you is an incredible honor. The women in this room are my role models. And for me to be asked to share a few words with you, that's crazy. Seriously. When I started playing tennis at the age of 6, my dad, who's here with me tonight, told me, you can change the world with your racket. And I believed him. I believed him because the women in my life and the women in this room who showed me that a little girl with big dreams can go on to do great things. My grandmother, Yvonne, was the first Black woman to integrate the Delray Beach school system, has encouraged me to use my platform for positive change and to never underestimate the impact of my voice.
Time magazine doesn't merely give praise to people. This isn't an instance of a participation trophy. 12 women were specifically chosen by the publication as exceptional leaders striving for greater equality in the world. These ladies are the epitome of success in a variety of fields and industries. They bring about transformation. They are those who are actively changing culture and society. The requirements to be on this list are extremely high. When Time revealed its choices, they featured a number of very prominent figures. As an actress and filmmaker who has radically altered Hollywood's approach to narrative, Greta Gerwig made the list. Claudia Golden, a Nobel laureate, is acknowledged for her innovative contributions to economic study. The artistic community is represented by singer Andra Day. Jackie Patterson, a climate activist, addresses the environmental cause. These individuals are not at random. These are people who have proven to be exceptional and influential in their industries. Coco Gauff is another option. She is the only athlete on the list at the age of 19. That is important. Take a moment to consider that. Time chose just one athlete to be named a Woman of the Year in a world where hundreds of thousands of professional athletes compete at the top levels. Coco Gauff was their choice. It's a big thing. That's acknowledgement of something unique that goes much beyond tennis performance.
Tell me about your ambitions in tennis.
What do you mean?
Anything, just don't tell me.
Coco Gauff.
That I just can't trust. You told me to stop, but I keep on.
Match point.
Told me to stop, but I keep on going, keep on going. Never stop this time. I will never let you go.
Get up, Coco Gauff. You just won the US Open.
Who am I to say? Where you find now you should.
There are several reasons why Gauff appears on this list. Indeed, she is a fantastic tennis player. One of the 4 Grand Slam events, the US Open, was won by her. She has participated in Olympic competitions. She has made a name for herself as one of the top players in professional tennis. However, Time's appreciation extends beyond her tennis accomplishments. Time recognized her potential as a leader and change agent in Gauff, something that goes beyond the game. Gauff had a wonderfully sincere and grounded reaction when asked about the accolade. She talked about how she doesn't really care about the glamour and glitz that come with accomplishment. That's a refreshingly honest viewpoint from someone who might readily take advantage of business opportunities and celebrity position. Rather, Gauff concentrated on what truly motivates her, winning significant awards and changing the world in real ways. Time's idea for Women of the Year aligns with that kind of viewpoint. Gauff talked about accepting adulthood and the changes that come with it, acknowledging that he would soon turn 20. She acknowledged the need for constant improvement in the world and expressed hope that she may contribute in some way. This adolescent is discussing accountability, development, and social contribution. When it comes to identifying women deserving of distinction, this is precisely the kind of viewpoint that would appeal to a prominent journal like Time. The announcement was made at the same time Gauff won a WTA 1000 tournament in Dubai. She overcame a challenging situation to defeat Aryna in 3 sets. Gauff replied with sincere excitement and thankfulness as soon as she found out about her Time magazine accolade following her victory. Her remarks in court showed that she is focused and grateful. She expressed her gratitude and her anticipation of going to the March event where she would be acknowledged alongside the other honorees. When Gauff said, "This will be one of the rare times I get dressed up, not in this match stuff," it was clear how humble she was. This 19-year-old is making light jokes about having to wear formal attire despite having accomplished what most athletes only dream of. That's the kind of relatability that truly elevates a person. Despite her huge achievements, she doesn't take herself too seriously. Let's now discuss what transpired when other tennis players learned about Gauff's recognition. Aryna's Sabalenka reaction has generated a lot of attention and conversation on social media. Anyone following tennis on social media in recent weeks has been unable to ignore the jealousy and animosity. In her own right, Sabalenka is a fantastic tennis player. She has won important competitions. She has advanced to the highest levels of professional tennis. She is driven, talented, and competitive. However, Sabalenka's response to Gauff's Time magazine award highlights a less than ideal aspect of her personality. Sabalenka seems to have taken a fellow athlete's success personally rather than applauding it. Jealousy that has been simmering beneath the surface is evident in Sabalenka's behavioral pattern. She has previously harbored hatred for Gauff's increasing reputation in tennis and other sports. When someone else gets recognition that she probably believes she deserves, Sabalenka doesn't appear to be able to control her emotions. Sabalenka's posts on social media have grown more acerbic and passive-aggressive. Instead of celebrating her own achievements, she has begun to highlight them in defensive ways. She has suddenly criticized the recognition methods that give preference to some players over others. She has questioned the standards used to choose Gauff. It doesn't seem like any sincere concern for justice. It all comes out as jealousy from someone who feels left out. Sabalenka's reply is very notable since it shows how she interprets this appreciation. Sabalenka believes she should have received the Time magazine award. She feels that she should have been eligible for this distinction due to her achievements, competitiveness, and on-court performance. She is quite upset that Tim decided to play Gauff instead. However, Sabalenka may not want to accept this fact. Women weren't chosen only based on their tennis skills. They were honoring women they saw as exceptional leaders striving for greater equality. They were looking past victories and defeats. They were assessing wider influence and impact. Gauff's choice makes perfect sense based on those standards. The influence of Gauff goes well beyond tennis courts. She promotes social justice by using her position. She expresses her opinions on matters that are important to her. She participates in causes and communities that go much beyond professional athletics. She considers her responsibilities as a powerful public person. When choosing Women of the Year, Time magazine would be drawn to these attributes. Sabalenka's achievements on the tennis court are very remarkable. Her brilliance and fierce competitiveness are undeniable. However, the question arises as to whether she is using her platform like that of Gauff, whether she is addressing societal concerns, and whether she is establishing herself as a leader outside of tennis. Time chose Gauff rather than Sabalenka, which is probably explained by the answers to those questions. Sabalenka's jealousy stems from her age and professional path as well. Gauff, who is 19 years old and still quite young, has been named a Woman of the Year by Time. This indicates that Gauff's impact and influence are already being felt globally. This implies that she probably still has the best ahead of her. Seeing a teenager earn acclaim from time to time must be painful for Sabalenka, who has spent her entire career striving for achievement and recognition. Sabalenka has posted about her own significant tournament victories and achievements on social media. She has started emphasizing her business partnerships and naming big brands in ways that seem forced. She is ensuring that people are aware of her sponsorships and endorsements. Is clear compensation for the acknowledgement she didn't get over time. is an effort to remind others that she is important, successful, and deserving of praise. The jealousy is evident in the comments on Sabalenka's most recent posts. Her tone has changed, and people are noticing it. She now comes across as defensive instead of confident. Rather than being celebrations of her own accomplishments, her accomplishments are being presented as refutations of Gauff's acknowledgement. That is the jealousy issue. It contaminates everything it comes into contact with, including your achievements. The fact that Sabalenka could have reacted to Gauff's Time magazine honor with poise and dignity is very intriguing. She may have publicly congratulated Gauff. She may have acknowledged that there is ample room for several athletes to be honored and that acknowledgement from prominent magazines can take many different forms. Rather, she opted to convey her bitterness and envy. That decision reveals something about her personality and viewpoint. Sabalenka's actions have been observed by the tennis community. Other players have made private remarks regarding Sabalenka's handling of circumstances in which other players are acknowledged or commended. There's consistency in the pattern. When the focus moves away from her, Sabalenka struggles. When other players accomplish something that she also desires for herself, she finds it difficult. This is a flaw that might affect both her long-term success and how her peers in the media see her. This is undoubtedly a validating experience for Gauff. She is being acknowledged not only for her tennis skills, but also for her wider influence as a change agent and leader. Beyond the sport, she is being recognized and valued for who she is. That recognition at the age of 19 is impressive and illustrates her current trajectory. The fact that it's making other players envious just serves to highlight Gauff's exceptional abilities. Gauff's recognition by Time magazine puts her on a different level than the majority of tennis players her age. She is now recognized for more than simply her athletic prowess. One of the most famous journals in the world now acknowledges her as a woman deserving of being discussed among Nobel laureates, innovative filmmakers, and climate campaigners. Few tennis players ever reach that level of widespread fame. Gauff's statement to Time that she don't care about the glitz and glamour, but instead concentrates on winning big awards makes her priorities quite evident. She don't pursue celebrity for its own sake. Her priorities are success, winning, and creating noticeable changes. The Times editors were likely drawn to that viewpoint. They can identify someone who is motivated more by substance than by fame. It's interesting to see the wider discussion this scenario is sparking in tennis.
It raises concerns about what is appreciated and acknowledged in professional sports. It asks whether a player's value can be determined solely by their physical accomplishments or if other aspects should be taken into account. It raises the question of whether certain athletes get more media attention and recognition than they merit, while others continue to be undervalued. Sabalenka could use this time to reflect on herself. She could consider what adjustments she might need to make to match her platform usage and public persona with the kind of advocacy and leadership that companies like Time appreciate. This could serve as inspiration for her to make an impact outside of tennis. Alternatively, she might carry on with her animosity and jealousy, which would be detrimental to both her reputation and her cause. In actuality, Time's acknowledgement of Gauff is valid and well-deserved given their specified standards. Gauff is a remarkable leader striving for more equality. She is making responsible use of her platform. She is discussing significant social concerns. She is presenting herself as someone interested in more than simply winning tennis matches. She was added to the list because of that. Although it makes sense from a competitive standpoint, Sabalenka's jealousy is misplaced. Sabalenka might be motivated by Gauff's acknowledgement rather than being angry about it. She might see that there are chances to leave a legacy that goes beyond her achievements in tennis. She may actually change the world by using her platform. She might present herself as a leader and promote things that are important to her. That's what would genuinely earn her comparable recognition. However, Sabalenka's social media presence currently indicates that she is experiencing envy. Her posts are overt attempts to remind everyone that she is important, successful, and deserving of praise. Their posts are motivated by desperation. And she is probably more troubled by that desperation than by Gauff's Time magazine notoriety. Sabalenka and Gauff handled this scenario very differently. Gauff was kind, appreciative, and thoughtful about the wider ramifications of winning the title of Lady of the Year.
Sabalenka has been angry, envious, and preoccupied with telling others about her own successes. One strategy fosters respect and character. Both are eroded by the other. The fact that Aryna Sabalenka is envious of Coco Gauff's Time magazine award indicates something significant. Tennis statistics and tournament victories are just two aspects of recognition from prominent magazines. It has to do with vision, leadership, and influence. Gauff is more than just a player, which is why she gained that position. Sabalenka's bitterness simply serves to emphasize her shortcomings. What should Sabalenka do, in your opinion, to receive comparable recognition? Leave a comment with your ideas. For more on this, like and subscribe.